Two bailiffs, Joseph Zangaro and Ronald Kenzel, both shot and killed during an inmate transfer. Police say inmate Larry Gordon took the gun from another bailiff and then killed them.
Tonight, Zangaro and Kenzel are being remembered by their loved ones in the community. 24-Hour News 8's Sarah Hurwitz is outside of the courthouse after a vigil to remember those bailiffs. Sarah.
Well, Brian and Marley, it was quite a turnout tonight as that crowd, which started their memorial walk at the courthouse, stretched for several blocks before they ended here at the Berrien County Law Enforcement Memorial for a touching ceremony. Now, I want to show you some footage of that walk. They were escorted by several police agencies. Here's how large the crowd was. You can see there, people held candles as they gathered in prayer. And then Chief Judge Gary Bruce said a few words. Now, he spoke about how Ronald Kenzel and Joseph Zangaro were always there for each other, and that it's only fitting that now their names are always mentioned together. He told a few funny stories about both of them, and then he said that both were devoted to their family and to their courthouse co-workers.
We knew we had to go on, and we knew that we had to serve the public just as Joe and Ron did for their entire working lives. And we had to do it without those two gentlemen and their steady presence in our courthouse. So everything for us now is marked before and after July 11th because nothing is the same anymore.
Now, we are also told that family members of both the bailiffs were here in attendance tonight. Now, I also did speak with Sheriff Paul Bailey here earlier this evening about the added security measures in the wake of that shooting, and he took us to the courtroom where it all unfolded.
Every time I come over here, I think about it and come back here and say a prayer for both of them.
It's been an emotional day for Berrien County Sheriff Paul Bailey. Coming back to the courtroom, where just outside in the hallway, his two friends, bailiffs Ronald Kenzel and Joseph Zangaro, were shot and killed by inmate Larry Gordon, who was in court for a hearing but wasn't needed and was escorted out of the courtroom.
You could hear a fight in the hallway is when Bailiff Kenzel went running to assist Deputy Atterbury. And then shortly thereafter, you hear the shots.
Behind this door in the hallway is where those shots were fired, and the two died. For security purposes, we can't show you, but somehow in that space, Gordon was able to attack Deputy James Atterbury Jr., get a hold of his gun, and then fatally shoot Zangaro and Kenzel, shooting Atterbury in the arm, and then managing to escape outside of the courtroom.
We have a lot of people come and go, so you don't know what somebody's going to do on any given day, no matter what their charges are. You don't know somebody's breaking point, so that's why we've changed the way we've done things in the past.
Since that shooting, Sheriff Bailey says no inmate will be moved by only one deputy. There will always be two at a time, and there are more measures in place to prevent an inmate from breaking free of their restraints.
They also have a belt that we put on them and handcuff both hands to the belt so they can't move their arms.
The Berrien Community Foundation received a flood of calls after the shooting and helped the sheriff's office raise $50,000 for holsters, gun lights, and body armor. And if an inmate doesn't have to be in court, now deputies won't have to bring them in.
The courts are communicating, do they really need that person there, and communicating back to us.
Sheriff Bailey says not only did a committee take a hard look at security measures, but there are now permanent markers to remind of the two law enforcement veterans who were loved by the community. This plaque dedicated today outside the courtroom, and these pictures in the front of the building.
It happens sometimes evil wins. We win most of the time, but we're not supermen. And, you know, our lives have changed forever. His life and Joe and Ron's family's life are changed because what that person decided to do on that given day.
Another added security measure, if someone appears before a judge and they're sentenced to jail, they will automatically be handcuffed behind their back. Live in St. Joseph, Sarah Hurwitz, 24-Hour News 8.